Prince George turned 12 yesterday and his parents marked the occasion with this new picture of him. And also behind-the-scenes video with Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. So 12's a big milestone, isn't it? It's kind of the age where many kids are transitioning from primary to secondary school. Might be bullying, there's puberty to navigate and all the rest of it. It's often called the second toddlerhood, sometimes called. So was it a hard year for you to parent, Kel?
Yeah, it was a hard year for us. Regan's SEN, so we knew that whatever transition was going to happen might have been tricky. But we did everything we could. You know, we picked what we thought was the right school. You know, we went around to see all the schools that we thought were right, picked the school. You know, bought the house closest to the school, did all of the transition days and all of that. Met the head of SEN and all of that to try and make that transition as smooth as possible. But it is one of those periods of time where you have to gauge that parenting head and get those parenting tools in place, because he was communicating to us that he wasn't quite settled, and we were like, oh, don't worry, give it time. It's a big jump from primary support to this massive school with so many people. But he just really wasn't coping. And then eventually, when we started listening, we realised that the bullying was actually quite serious. And it was racial, and it was physical. So all of these elements were going on for him, and he was trying his best to manage it, because we were kind of going, go on, crack on, you'll be fine. Not thinking that it was as serious as it was. To the point we got a phone call one day, and he was in because they're not allowed phones, he'd kind of hidden himself in the toilets and got on the phone. And because he'd phoned me, I knew it was serious, because he'd not allowed his phone. And he said what had happened. You know, he'd been called the N-word. And I was like, right, OK, this is not on. So I said, look, just go, take yourself to reception and we'll get Dad to come and collect you. And that's what we did, because, unfortunately, this particular school, I didn't feel like they could keep him safe. So that transition for him was really difficult. And 12 is a tough age, because there's hormonal changes going on. And we really just wanted... It's hard enough, isn't it, changing from all of the people that you know, all of the teachers that you know, you're really familiar with those surroundings, to then be put in this environment.
Yeah, and also as a parent, it's a stage that you know that you should be trying to foster independence and, you know, stand on your own 2 feet and all that kind of thing, but
little did I know that actually it was quite serious.
Help.
So I did have to step in there and be a bit more heavy-handed.
And you've got to be careful when they go up from primary to high school anyway, that they want to go in and appear that they're grown up. You know, so you can't walk them in and you can't meet them at the gate. And, you know, for you as a parent, you have to pull back a bit, but then that's when all the problems.
Well, I remember that from you know, at the end of term at primary school, walking him into school and walking him home, to starting at senior school, and he had to get a bus, and we tried the route out several times, and then he was like, he really wanted to go on his own. But I don't think he even knows this, I spent the first 3 weeks following the bus in the car. Just to make sure that he got off at the right place. And then there was a big walkway across the road that they had to go up and across. And, of course, I'd see lots of kids not doing that and crossing this massive main road. So I was there basically spying just to make sure that he did use the walkway.
Oh, but I wasn't that good.
No, you...
I was back at home having a cup of tea.
You were watching this morning.
Go on, then, you're fine.
But then that's only the beginning, isn't it? I mean, I mean, that's the beginning of the teenage years.
I think it's when the parenting starts to get hard.
Oh, I think so.
And I think, you know, from 12... I mean, I do remember that when he first went up, I know that there was somebody in the year above who used to bully all of the first-year kids. And interesting in love, when Elliot got to the 3rd year, he saw this same person the year above him bullying the new set of first years. And so he took some action, so much so that I got called in and said, your son is being excluded for the day because I said, what? Because he stood up for the underdog and stopped this kid bullying it. And they said, well, no, he needs to be punished. So you take him home and he's not to go out. So I took him to McDonald's and we went to the cinema.
But it has to be said... You weren't exactly little Miss Angelic yourself as a teenager,
I don't know
were
what
you?
you're saying.
Come on. He's a chip off the old block,
No, he is a chip off the old block, Elliot. I was a bit... I hated school. I got into sort of like... I wasn't great. I mean, I made up for it later, but Elliot we are peas in a pod. We are so similar. But there was one point just before his 16th birthday, and I thought, nah, he's not staying around here over the summer holidays. And he'd done something that he knew he shouldn't have done. And so I sent him to South Africa for the summer to work in a school. I know, it sounds awful, but he had the best time ever. He came back a different boy. He really appreciated what he had and life, and he came back with a completely different view.
Don't mess with Sue, people.
No.
Don't mess with Sue.
He had a great time. Obviously, it was all organised and it was a volunteering programme and stuff.
Listen, we're going to the break, but still time for you to tell us very quickly what you did when you were 16.
Yes, Sue.
Quickly.
Yes, Sue, come on.
I ran off with a sailor to Plymouth.
Yeah!
Can I say, after that, I did go back. I went back and I got my O's and my A-levels and I did get my degree. So all's well that ends well. But,
It is indeed.
Thanks for bringing that up, Kay.
That's what I'm here for.